Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, soupies of... God damn it, guys. When you told me to wear a mask, I thought you meant the Corona King!
We run a wrestling page.
That's not cool.
Not
cool.
We run a wrestling page, man. What do you expect?
I thought it was a sign of solidarity against Austin Aries and Low Key.
Well, we do agree on you with that.
Okay, cool.
Hey, I'm watching a Low Key match right now versus AJ Styles, 2002. What do you know?
Oh, nice. Flat Earth versus Mass Conspiracy. Sweet. Anyway, welcome to the Kayfabe Soup Wrestling Podcast. Habes, go ahead with what you were going to say, my friend.
You know, there's some things about the Flat Earth, right? There's some things.
I don't know what that means.
That's what AJ Styles said on Talking Smack, something like that. And there's some I don't believe in it, but there's some things.
Some things. Or something.
So, yeah, so silly impromptu skit aside, I am the intern. We've got Habes and GRJ here, and we are going to be discussing some cool stuff. And, folks, this podcast will not end until one of us loses an eye.
Oh, I get to talk about that. I'm excited.
Yes, sir.
And my thoughts.
So let's just open this right up with getting this Extreme Rules predictions game / Habes giving spoilers out of the way, because honestly, it feels like the least important thing we have on the docket in some ways.
That's right. That's my gimmick. I've been watching wrestling. I know what to say. Okay, let's do it.
Yeah. So Wikipedia is a liar, by the way. It only lists 6 matches, but it leaves out the very important match that I will add to the bottom of the card here. First match on the docket on my end, if it happens. Jeff Hardy taking on Sheamus in a bar fight.
Meh.
Can I just say that this is probably my one of the least favorite storylines we've seen in a while now. It starts out with an attempted vehicular manslaughter and someone getting framed. No one goes to jail for any of this. Builds to piss getting thrown in someone's face. Jeff Hardy redeems himself by losing clean as a whistle to Sheamus. And now the story is that Jeff feels the only way he can overcome his demons, the alcoholism and drug use, is if he defeats Sheamus. What the hell?
That'll show him. That'll put butts in seats.
I guess Jeff Hardy's got to get revenge for that perfectly clean loss involving no cheating.
Yeah, he will. That's my choice. But you know how we were ragging NXT for their like hot shot booking or whatever you want to say? They've been building this feud for 2 months.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Too bad it's shit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like you said, he beat him cleanly last time. What is this like? Is beating Sheamus the 13th step and 8A?
Yeah, it's a secret 13th step they don't tell you about.
Okay.
Seek vengeance on those that mock you.
That'll show them. Yeah, no, my pick's Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, same here.
I think just because AEW has Matt Hardy, they're doing let's use Jeff. Let's push Jeff. You know what I mean? Like, don't want to say they're doing it on purpose, but they're doing it on purpose. That's where I'm at.
I just think it's the only possible way this match can end, because otherwise, where do you take it? Does Jeff Hardy go even more dark? Does he become Will-O-the-Wisp? Why do you want that to happen now?
I mean,
has Jeff shown like his other gimmicks at all? Even like
not in WWE, I don't think. But...
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Jared.
It would make sense the way you like. Imagine if he gets to a point where he like falls into that different gimmick, and I feel like it's one of those things where they could make it work, and it can work. But like he said, who wants that shit now? This is something we expected when Matt was around, right? But but like I said, it also falls into like how WWE likes to work, where it's like 2-3 years too late. So it could they could that little storyline that you had that you think of him becoming what's his name, Willow.
Hello, yeah.
Him becoming Willow, it could make a lot of sense here. But then again, they'll probably just give it another match.
Yeah, we won't forget about it in a couple weeks. But to add to what you were saying, when they first brought Jeff Hardy in, everything Uncle Dave said was like potential Brock Lesnar opponent and shit like that. Like they wanted to make Jeff a tippy top guy, even though we all knew his body wasn't going to take it, and it hasn't.
They've always wanted him as a top guy. It's just that his own personal demons are the ones that get the best of him, you know.
With that, and he's been hurt any other time too.
Also
he's
true.
DUIs while he's out with injuries.
Probably doesn't help that every time you put a microphone in front of him, he does not sound like a. I'm sorry.
Hey, their prodigy though in NXT, Grimes, he's starting to grow on me. Not that we're talking about NXT.
No, Grimes is actually he's been really good lately.
Yeah.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Losing a lot, but he still looks good in losing. Wrestled Damian Priest on NXT this week.
He was Timothy Lee back in the day.
Oh yeah, WWE. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
That was it.
Yeah.
And everyone loved his in-ring work.
He's great. I think he's good.
Yeah. And but his first character they put on screen it's the same gimmick he has now, but it's working now. Like they kept tweaking it to pretty much just being like a redneck fucking.
I know exactly what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Freaking cowboy wannabe with the top hat.
Yeah, like before it was like, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. Like a cool, like moonshine runner guy, right? Kind of sophisticated.
Yeah.
Sophisticated redneck, and now it's just like full blown white trash redneck, and it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's the same as the other guy in J&J Security, Jamie Noble. It's not like it's like that, but not like his gimmick back in the day.
That's a good way of putting it, though. Yeah, I would have never thought of that.
Plus, he probably won't wind up in a foursome with Billy Gunn, Nydia, and Tori Wilson.
Hey, sounds like a good time.
It was for Jamie Noble. Oh, WWE. All right. So who do you? So you said GRJ, you're going with Jeff Hardy as well for this one?
Yeah.
Wow, we have way more to say about this than I thought. I thought my entire bit would be fuck this storyline, move on.
Pretty much.
By having
anything to say, I mean not talking about the match.
Yeah, I know. Talk about the positives, just changing the topic.
Our next match is a singles match for the United States Championship between Apollo Crews and MVP, who has debuted that new title on Raw.
So here's a question: does Apollo Crews still carry the old U.S. title?
I don't know. Maybe he beats MVP, says, you know what? I like your title better, and takes it.
Oh, so are they pulling the TNA Impact World Title gimmick right now, or like I haven't watched Raw? I have no idea.
No, I don't think MVP is carrying it around like it's an alternate title. Like it's his title. Like he made it's like when I beat you, this is going to be the U.S. title now.
Oh, by the way, I like that title. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I've seen. I don't know if you guys seen it, but I've seen different variations of it where people edit it themselves and they add like more blue or a different color to it. So when I look at it, I'm like, I think it's too much gold. Is that the color? I don't know. There's too much of one color, and then if they were to change some parts to blue, like where I've seen it, I'm like, it could look so much better. But then again, you could say that about most of their titles.
Like, I guess I compare it to their other titles, and I just prefer it compared to all their
shit titles.
Newish stuff. their newish stuff since like.
Well, you don't like the giant fruit roll up with a belt plate that was the Universal Championship when that thing first debuted?
That's right.
Dude, I hated that thing till Kevin Owens carried it and then also wore like red. So as long as the champion wears a little bit of red, it looks good. Well, I guess it's on SmackDown now.
Yeah. I think Kevin Owens should just win this US title and bring back his Face of America character, but that's just me.
That was a good time. That was a good time, yeah.
The fact that he put make his face across the entire entrance ramp and then would walk around his face so he wasn't walking on himself. Oh, such a brilliant touch.
Good times.
He's the face America needs right now.
Instead, we're getting either MVP or Apollo Crews.
Well, that's not terrible. MVP's been pretty good though.
Yeah, he has been.
So Bobby Lashley doesn't have a match?
Nope, no Lashley match. For some reason, it's sad. Even though I've been watching the shows, and I know this is going to be Apollo Crews versus MVP. When I saw it, for some reason, my mind was still like, I thought this was Crews versus Lashley. This just feels like it might be a stepping stone towards that.
Do you think he has the COVID because of Lana? A serious question. I have no idea.
I mean,
because was it this week or was it last week? Did we already talk about this last week where it came out she infected her parents and then Rusev has fucking...
No, we didn't talk about that. That just came up after last week's pod. I think it's appalling that she is clearly cheating on Lashley with Rusev to have been able to infect him. That is terrible. I believe. Oh, and it's actually they're divorced again now, so never mind, or split up. So I guess it's okay. Carry on.
Adultery is terrible, and I hate
it. I don't know. I kind of see it as like getting back into Lashley's arms. He's like, I'm gonna screw over my ex-husband by giving him COVID, so you could take me back. That's romantic as fuck, guys.
That's silly. Okay.
That conversation is legitimately more interesting than talking about this match.
I like your stepping stone idea, so I'm gonna go with Apollo wins this one, but it would be pretty interesting TV if MVP won the title and then gifted it to Bobby Lashley.
That'd be really fun.
I'm down for MVP winning the title, but I don't know about giving it to Bobby Lashley.
I don't know. MVP can talk, so if you can talk, you can be my champion.
I mean, he could talk for Crews. I'd be happy for that.
Yeah. Who I think's gonna win is Crews. Who I want to win is MVP.
Okay.
Yeah, that actually mirrors my own thoughts.
I'm going MVP on this route, though.
Nice.
Ballin'.
I mean, I feel like he's the one that could, like, just walk out with a brand new title and then the other one's just, like, not even seen again, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
That makes a lot of sense, but I also know WWE baby faces would be all about stealing someone's title and making it their own, because WWE baby faces are the worst human beings on the planet.
Oh yeah, dude. Apollo Crews is winning this match all day. And then you know what he's gonna do? Smile. Has his character gotten any better yet, or is he just smile?
He's just smile. Yeah. Speaking of smile, this next match will either have us smiling or with how stupid it is, or crying. As we get Rey Mysterio versus Seth Rollins in an eye for an eye match, where the only way to win is to extract your opponent's eye.
Dude, do you guys have Rey Mysterio's kid turning on Rey?
That's a prediction I'd thought of quite some time ago, and I don't know whether they'll do it or not.
I mean, yeah, it's just me going in blind. I have not watched Raw for a minute.
Sadly, that story would work so much better if Vicky Guerrero hadn't gone over to AEW. You have
Excuse me.
You have Dominic turn on Rey, then take Vicky Guerrero as his valet and go to the dark side of his father.
Take Vicky Guerrero as win Vicky Guerrero as his mom in a ladder match.
I would like some down the line for Dominic to wrestle his dad. I still think that's too soon. But then again, we don't know when Ray's knees are gonna give up again.
Yeah.
So I guess it's like the sooner the better, just in case.
Well, besides after the Sunday, Ray might be looking like this.
Dude,
I got an iPad. I got an eye patch, or I'm using my mask as an eye patch for those of you not watching on YouTube.
like, either I said this last week or I said it in the chat. They could make this work. You could have Ray lose this match, lose an eye, and all you gotta do is black out the eye over his mask, and that's it.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
It could make it work. I'm 100% behind this idea. If they make it work.
They just said you have to extract the eye. You don't have to remove the socket. You don't have to cut it completely or rip it completely out. So I imagine they all have some BS thing about how he got the eye put back in. He's just fine. Kind of like Alistair Black survived getting thrown off a roof because there was a ledge 6 feet below that he landed on. He's fine.
Is this a pre-taped match?
Yeah, I believe it's supposed to be cinematic.
Okay, cool. They could totally make it happen. I don't see them going this route though, because it's WWE and they want to do it kid safe. But
yeah,
the whole keeping it connected to the, I guess the socket. It reminds me of that freaking movie Hostel. Did you guys ever watch that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Where like her eye is just like dangling out. Just by the, I don't know what fucking muscle part that or what body part that is, but it's just the eye is hanging out of her socket. It's freaking crazy. I'm like, they could probably do that with Ray. They could make this work.
Oh, they could attach the fake eye to his mask. But yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, and then just when you have him come back on Raw, one of his eyes is blacked out. He looks like freaking Deathstroke from DC Comics.
Yeah, dude. Seth is going to win this match all day.
I believe it.
I have seen a lot of reports, though. Not reports, opinions, I should say, where people think Seth is going to lose this match and this will be his out till after his baby's born.
Yeah, but, like, that type of match ending that WWE put out is not like, oh, I came back and my eye's fine again, you know? You're gonna be wearing an eye patch for life.
No, he can come back saying it's a glass eye.
Glass eyes don't move.
Yeah.
Unless they pop out.
Yeah, they do, bro. They just get all like...
Yeah, remember, the WWE thinks its fans are stupid.
I mean, they are stupid.
Dude, I know 3 people with glass eyes. Is that too many people to know with glass eyes?
I think more than 0 is too many.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't know anybody with a glass eye. I'm actually jealous.
These are people I see all the time.
Wow.
You know what my favorite thing is? To be like, can you eye this up for me?
What? I don't know what that is.
Like, no, just like anytime I can just say like I in the sentence when I'm talking to him. It's good shit.
Oh, stupid.
You'd be the type of guy that would go to Robert Gibson and say, hey, both eyes this way, wouldn't you? Or Shawn Michaels.
No, I just say like I this way.
Now, one thing I remember reading about the match is that this match is Meltzer's claiming they're going to use CGI to extract the eye, and I'm just like, dude, you guys have worked with Tom Savini for the creation of Bray Wyatt's mask. Fuck the CGI road. Get him to do some practical special effects for you.
Yeah.
That shit will look so much better than CGI eye extraction. Or just get Stan Hansen to punch the loser until his eye pops out.
Jesus.
Lariato.
Ask Vader how well you can't really ask Vader, sadly. That makes me sad, but
good job, intern. No.
Yeah, I'm picking Seth to win this myself.
Yeah. Seth.
Possibly by Dominic turning on him? Question mark? Probably not.
Maybe. Might have to insert that as a bonus question.
Yeah. Booyaka.
Booyaka. Booking our game on the fly, live on the pod.
All right. What about you, GRJ? Who you got for this?
Oh, I went Rey Mysterio.
Okay. Our next match is another specialty match as Braun Strowman takes on Bray Wyatt in a non-title swamp fight. Or sorry, Wyatt swamp fight. It's not just any swamp. It has to be a Wyatt swamp.
Ooh.
Which is like a regular swamp but with more Hawaiian shirts and sweaters, I imagine.
So here's an interesting question. Bray Wyatt left his family, right? So if he went back to his swamp, so in canon there was like a ton of Wyatt family members when they wrestled the New Day.
Yeah.
Would they even welcome the Fiend?
How do we know if the Fiend that the Fiend hasn't already murdered all of them?
Oh my gosh! Could you imagine like just a bunch of like carcasses?
Or even better, like ghosts, like in Lord of the Rings. ghosts of cultists coming out to attack.
What does this swamp fight entail? Like
they never really explained.
So it's just
anything.
So it's just like the graveyard match, just
basically a graveyard match, yet without a clear end goal.
Do you think Vince McMahon is forgetful enough to be like, and then you throw him into the swamp, and he turns into a different version of himself?
I can see that.
Like him thinking that's his idea, not remember.
Great story. Here's an example of how accurate that possibility is. I remember reading Bret Hart's autobiography, and he told a story about how he pitched Vince a match, and then a couple of weeks later, or an idea for a storyline or something. And then a couple of weeks later, Vince called him up. He's like, "Bret, I have this idea I want to run by you," and it was the exact thing that Bret pitched to him. And all Bret can figure is that he wrote Bret's idea down, forgot about it, read it a couple of weeks later, and was like, "That's good shit," and assumed he came up with it.
And that was a long time ago, so
yeah,
this could happen again. All right.
Yep.
I'm gonna go. Is this for the title?
No, it's not even a title match. That's the best part. So that is not even a title match.
So Bray Wyatt's winning this.
Yep, that's
big
what
time.
That's assuming there is a winner. Let's forget the New Day at the Wyatt compound match didn't even have a finish of any kind.
I was gonna ask you the outcomes of that match and the Randy Orton match. Right? It was Randy Orton, House of Horrors.
Oh, well, that actually did have an outcome because they went back to the arena.
Really?
Yes. Yeah. Remember because Randy had to drive over there, and then he had to drive back. Magically, arrived at the stadium before it freaking ended, before the pay-per-view ended.
Yep.
And that was one of the things people criticized is like he was on here for like, I mean, they showed him driving out there that took him hours, and then he just shows up within a couple minutes.
And then Bray teleported there, even though he had no possible way of fucking getting there. Wait. And then Randy lost because of Jinder Mahal.
Oh, I don't remember that.
I don't fucking remember any of that.
I could be mistaken about that last part, but I don't think I am.
No, okay, hold on. So, when Randy Orton started that fire, that was just a promo video or the match?
That was a promo video. Randy dropped. Randy toppled a fridge on top of Bray, if I remember correctly.
I remember the fight in the house, but I don't remember the rest of that shit. But what you're saying is probably true, so that's probably why everyone shits on the match.
Oh, there's a lot of reasons to shit on the match. Yeah, no, looking at here, Orton hit Wyatt with an RKO, but then Jinder Mahal came out, attacked him with the belt, and then Wyatt got the Sister Abigail for the win.
Fucking Jinder Mahal.
And yep.
I'm so glad he's not on TV.
Yeah. Actually, no, wait, it was even, that's right. I forgot, it was even more ridiculous. Orton Orton somehow got to the arena. Orton drove out there in a limousine. Wyatt trapped Orton under a fridge, got to the arena first somehow, despite the fact that it was way too far away. And then Orton somehow teleported to the arena.
That's dumb.
Yeah, that was even dumber than I remembered. Are we going to have to do a watch along of that on Patreon?
Just, yeah.
Man, it'd give the Patreon something.
Yeah. But yeah,
Gotta get that Twitch stream running.
Yeah, I think Wyatt winning this seems like a lock where it's not for the title.
Yeah.
Maybe Miz and Morrison show up to drop some green slime on Strowman.
Do you think Eric Redbeard shows up? Roman?
No.
No, not at all?
No.
Okay. Well, okay, so if it's not a title match, Bray Wyatt's winning that shit, and that's lame. What if Bray Wyatt wins this shit, and he's the manager of Braun Strowman, a possessed Braun Strowman? That wouldn't be so bad.
That'd be interesting.
Nice. Okay.
All right, Aaron.
Could work. That could work, yeah.
And now for the rest of the show, all we have are title matches. First, we have Bayley taking on Nikki Cross for the SmackDown Women's title, which was... I feel like these two have been wrestling each other in various tag matches for 18 years now.
I'm not against that. It's better than them fucking having 17 singles matches.
Yeah.
You know, like this is bringing up New Japan. This is how New Japan does their shit. You know, they have like 5 shows in a row, and the champion is in a team against his challenger, who is also in a team. And after every show, the partner changes, or they add another extra man, whatever, until the last thing. So so for them to be in battling in tag matches forever, that's cool. Just don't give me this one-on-one shit on SmackDown on the pay-per-view, and then the SmackDown after that, because that's what pisses a lot of people off. Is like, why am I going to order the pay-per-view? Why am I going to want to watch this on the pay-per-view if you just gave it to me on SmackDown? If you know you're just going to give us a bullshit finish and you're going to give us the actual finish on the following SmackDown.
Case in point here, for what this is going to shock you guys, Nikki Cross did not get a title shot because she pinned Bayley for the non-title match. She actually had to win a number 1 contender's fatal 4-way. I'm glad I'm sitting down because I just blew myself away with that.
Yeah, it's been a minute since that's happened.
Yeah.
Who did she beat?
You know what? The real winner of this match is
going
to be us. You know, this match is going to be very thick. So the real winner is going to be us.
Yeah, but who you choosing, man?
Bayley Dos Straps.
Yeah.
I
don't see Cross winning it. She should have won it when Sanity was still around.
Yeah.
You know?
Dude, if she had Sanity as her heaters, that would have been good shit.
Yeah.
Sanity probably should have won a few titles and actually looked like a threat. Maybe most of them would still have jobs.
Yeah. Nikki Cross is that wrestler where, like, if you need her to get over somebody, it could be believable, right? Because prior to Charlotte Flair, to Punk Charlotte Flair, what's her name? Rhea Ripley. Before Io Shirai and all that stuff, the only one that could be Shayna Baszler in NXT was Nikki Cross, right?
Oh yeah.
Especially after that first match where she choked her out and Nikki went to sleep, smiling. That was
so
it
good
for me. Like, that sold me on her, and I'm like, she's gonna take it. She's gonna take that title, and she never did. Does it work? Did it kill it for me? No, because it's still Shayna Baszler, right? Fucking, and then Nikki, she's out here, and I still believe she has that pool of, like, I could take out anybody. Do I say it against what's her face, Bayley right now? No, just because I don't I don't see them going off one of their 4 horsewomen right now.
Not to mention, I think you got to keep the title on Bailey until after her and Sasha turn on each other, and then have them feud for the title.
Well, like Bailey right now is one of the pillars of like the COVID, like WWE. You know what I mean? The COVID era WWE. Bailey's been a pillar this whole time.
Oh yeah.
What I was gonna say about Nikki, like talking back about her NXT days, is I feel like they almost had to move her up because she was so over. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because she didn't fit into the plans.
Yeah, she was just kind of like Dean Ambrose was coming out of the Shield, just so freaking over. But in this case, they moved her up instead of just giving her the strap. But frick, I've been sold on Nikki Cross since early in the Sanity days. Like, her entrance was so damn cool, like for her singles matches.
Compared to the Sanity one? Because
to be honest,
do you remember it?
I not totally,
dude. It was so much. Young. It was so good. It was like a faster beat to it, and it was like, and it was some like lady like fucking going crazy at the beginning. It was so good. Like I remember.
Yeah, the faster beat. It was like a techno remix of it too.
Yeah, it was great entrance, and then like now she's coming out with what's her face all the time. Come out no, stop giving me the Bliss entrance. Give me the Nikki one. That's what I want. But then again, I guess it still wouldn't make sense to do it, especially like if you have her paired with Nikki.
Well, you know what? With Bliss. But you know what? Now Nikki Cross, since she's gotten over doing the Bliss Cross applesauce stuff, she can start reverting to going more and more insane and go back to that insanity character.
Dude, I wish it happened when Bliss was champion. See, that's another one. Like people wanted that shit. Like people would not hate her being champion.
Oh, Alexa Bliss right now?
No, fucking Cross.
Or Cross. Oh, yeah, I know.
Vince is probably the only one because he'd be like, "Goddamn pal, I can't understand a word she says. She just speaks English."
If anything, if she snaps, I'm pretty sure they could like have her go blonde and have her pretend to be like Alexa Bliss. Like,
yeah,
it would work.
Do you remember the report, like talking about her her voice or whatever, her accent? That's the word. It was like a live show, and she cut a promo, and she called everyone maggots with an M, but it came out with an F. like the dirt sheets are trying to like bury her dead, and we're like, no, dude, that's like just it sounded wrong. That's not what she said.
I don't remember that at all, but
it was early into her getting over in NXT.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of feel like, especially since the writers are the ones that do all this shit, they have to know their wrestler, especially the ones with the accent. Because me, growing up in a Spanish household, like I knew there were certain words that if my parents said it, it would sound hilarious. And it was one of those words, and there was wording like that they had to stay away from because they knew it kind of sounded wrong. So, like, I feel that's on the writer's fault, not
Well, it was a NXT house show, so there might have not been a writer.
Probably no writing. It was probably impromptu.
Her and the agent, but that's besides the point. But yeah, back to this match, Bailey does straps.
Yep.
Same.
All right. And her best friend / possible future enemy, Sasha Banks, is in her next match against Asuka for the WWE Raw Women's Championship.
This match has me very inflicted. Like, I think they're putting all the belts on Sasha and Bailey, but are they?
Feels like they might be, and then have them have like a unification or at least consolidation match, or when they eventually turn on each other, title for title, eye for an eye.
That'd be the worst thing to do with how stacked the NXT roster is. But
Yeah.
we also know how terrible they are at getting anyone else over on the main roster to have 2 full divisions.
What's the following pay-per-view after this?
SummerSlam?
Wait, what was it?
SummerSlam, I believe.
It's TakeOver Boston, SummerSlam.
That's right, TakeOver.
And then there's nothing after SummerSlam?
WWE, we don't even fucking know.
Fucking seems like it.
Well, if it's SummerSlam, that's a big show, but it's gonna be
I don't think
news item.
I don't think it has. I don't even think it has to be like a quick turn after Sasha wins the championships, right? Because what I'm asking about the next pay-per-view or what are the following pay-per-views isn't like Night of Champions anytime soon? Isn't that where like the champions go against each other?
Yeah. Or every title match is on the line.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. They could go that way. I wish that. Okay, so I guess it's in my thing of me wanting Night of Champions to be a champion versus champion type.
But deal. they could do a Survivor Series, the only night of the year where people from Raw and SmackDown face each other.
And now including NXT.
You have one as Raw Women's Champion, and one as SmackDown's Women's Champion. And then that gives them a built-in excuse to have them go at each other in a title or a champion versus champion match. That way, you don't even have to have it title for title. You just have it a non-title match between 2 champions.
Yeah, but Survivor Series is a minute away.
It's like 4 months. They haven't even thought 4 days ahead yet. So
I'm just thinking about still watching a freaking hockey glass WWE content in 4 months.
Okay, hold on.
That'd be terrible.
We're going Sasha Banks on this, right? Because there's no way they could have her lose again.
Yeah, I want Sasha.
As much as I hate to, because I don't want to see Asuka drop the title so soon. Yeah, I think Sasha.
Yeah, like I'm on the same boat. I want Asuka to win this, right? But
yeah,
Sasha lost last time, and that was because. Why did Sasha lose?
Asuka showed up and spit in her face, which is a really good move to the show in the COVID-19 era.
That's true.
Spit in someone's face is very sanitary.
That's
just
true.
Like
bring that up when I talk in Japan. Sorry.
Oh, the same week when they reported 30 cases.
Yeah, the same week.
Oh my god. Okay, so it wasn't against Asuka. It was against Io Shirai, right?
Io Shirai, yeah.
Yes.
Io Shirai.
Damn. No, I'm going Asuka.
You're wild tonight, man.
I hope that you are right.
I hope so too.
I don't know, dude. I haven't won a game yet this season, so I hope
we've been sucking ass.
Well, it helps if I watch the content, but I'm not.
Freaking
Come on, intern.
Judy, her first game back, she lost it by 1 point, and homegirl don't even watch this shit.
Damn it, homegirl.
Damn.
I'm like, how does that happen? And us over here like failing to even like get like top 10.
Yeah, dude, we've been rough.
We're trying to make the babyface comeback story.
Yeah, there we go. That's what it is.
And now we go on to our very final match that I can't believe is a thing that's possibly in a main event. Drew McIntyre versus Dolph Ziggler for the WWE Championship in a match with a stipulation that's to be decided. Dolph has it picked but has not announced it yet, because that sounds like how things work when you're trying to promote a match.
But they're on Monday Night Raw. How do you not save that for the final segment on Raw? Then again, Raw pulled like a 1.5, so doesn't matter.
I know, right? Yeah, but was his demos as good as AEW's? Wait.
Yeah, well, AEW beat Flavor Town in the demos.
Dang.
Take that, Guy Fieri.
I was gonna say Cody beat Guy.
Yeah, Cody beat Guy.
Jesus, he's taking no prisoners. Who are we talking about? Shit. Drew versus Dolph. I already forgot that. Holy crap.
I want to forget it.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, like if there was a live crowd, Drew would not be champion right now. They would have shat on him so hard by now. I don't even care.
Although I don't know, having to go against Dolph Ziggler might turn him to a hero again.
Dude, I don't even fucking know. Evil's champion.
Dude, it's gonna be a Dolph Ziggler match with an actual like crowd noise for the first time in like a decade. Even though the crowd's fake.
It'd be great if Vince McMahon told the crowd to be silent just to mimic what real crowds would do.
This match actually,
I'll throw a beach ball.
God damn it! If you like pretend that the crowd's real, this match might actually be entertaining. If you can like take a step out and step back in.
The problem is you can't pretend that the crowd's real because they don't react in a way that real crowds do.
Yeah.
I haven't heard people CM Punk chant.
Oh, I don't mean it that way. I mean, I feel like they boo and cheer at the wrong fucking times.
They just like boo and cheer, but then they'll be wearing a heels t-shirt and then booing the heel like it's dumb.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they'll zoom in on them. It's fucking great. I don't know. I haven't even watched NXT yet this week.
But we're going Drew Mac on this, right?
Yeah, big time.
Okay. But I do agree that he wouldn't be champion if the freaking crowd was here.
They'd be like, okay, this guy's fucking lame. Jeez, we took too long to talk about those 6 matches.
Yeah. So JRJ, we got some Japan shit to talk about. Huh?
We have a lot of Japan shit to talk about.
I don't know. I didn't think anything too big happened over the past little bit. You know, nothing shocking.
Shocking could be. What's more shocking than shocking? Like, what word could you use for that?
Electrocuting.
Yeah.
Electrifying.
Electrifying.
Okay.
The Rock showed up. Wait, wrong. Electrifying.
All right, so we got the New Japan Cup is over. Evil beat Okada. What the fuck? Evil
was doing all the cocaine.
Yes. Evil went on to face Naito for both the Intercontinental and the World Championship, or World Heavyweight Championship. Sorry, like burping over here. And
Push burp.
He beat Naito, and then he joined the Bullet Club.
Yep.
And what the fuck? Like, I woke up I didn't watch it live, right? I woke up, and the first thing I saw was Ben's message. He's like, hey, I'm telling you now, I'm posting spoilers. And I'm all like, what is he fucking talking about, spoilers? I go on the page, and the first fucking picture, and I'm like, that did not happen. That's got to be like a still like before or during the match or some shit. I turned off my phone. I watched the show, and what the fuck? Like, it was nuts. Did you guys watch it? Watch any of it?
I just watched the match.
I did not get any of it in.
Oh my god, dude. So, pretty much Bullet Club antics.
Yeah.
First of all, fucking, which one is it? Is it Jado?
Yeah, Jado.
They used the wrong guy for this. If it took him like a fucking minute to get to the ring, and what's his name? Bone Soldier. I always forget his name. Give me a second.
Ishimori.
Taiji Ishimori. Thank you. Taiji Ishimori was like holding down Naito for a while, and you saw him kind of like look around, like you gotta move a little bit quicker here, as Jado was just strolling his ass to the fucking ring.
Yep.
And he was just sitting there, right? First of all, you could have gave that to the Tokyo Pimp. He could have done that shit, right? Later in the match, fucking some guy come out as dressed out as I'm totally blanking on names here.
Dragon Lee.
No, not Dragon Lee. Bushi. Thank you. God damn it.
Yeah, that was it.
So
I'm great right now. I'm entwined with my luchador.
Thank you. So Bushi comes out. Okay, somebody in a Bushi mask comes out, right? But we see this person coming out in a Bushi mask. He has the jersey of the LIJ. I watching this and I'm like, damn, did he get buff or what the fuck happened? Or is it just the shirt fitting or whatever? And then I was watching, I'm like, that's not him. Could it be him? That's not him. And then I noticed that his hair was black from the back. And I'm like, oh, that's definitely not him. Bushi's fucking blonde. And then he takes off the mask and it's Dick Togo.
Yeah, that's right. Dick to go.
First,
Dick to go.
Yeah. First of all, I completely forgot he came back to wrestling.
Same, actually.
Like, I remember the whole retirement thing. And then I remember maybe a match he had in... Where was it? DDT? I think it was a DDT a couple years ago, and I'm like, oh, maybe he's doing like a one-off. You know how like wrestlers don't really stay retired after they retire the first time?
Yeah.
I thought that's what it was, right? But no, he's back. He looks fucking amazing. But he fucked over Naito, and I'm pissed. But I'm also happy that it wasn't actually Bushi turning on Naito, because that would have broken my heart.
Oh, that would have been terrible.
That would have...
my heart was already broken bad enough by the fact that Naito had to drop the titles to a match that was basically just like the most overbooked thing possible.
Yeah, and it was a fucking Bullet Club match, right? It's the run-ins, the dirty finish, fucking Evil stumping on his nuts, like...
Is Gato just getting Cody Rhodes to book Bullet Club matches? It's like every Cody Rhodes match,
I don't know,
like being 40 minutes and boring.
Dude, it was rough, right? And then Bullet Club comes out and start beating down on Naito, and then the rest of LIJ come out and help him. And it was like the whole time when they came out, I'm like, fuck, please don't let them turn on him. Please don't. Like, that's where my mind was going. I'm like, after Evil doing this shit, like, my head was like somebody's gonna join with him. Luckily, nobody did. Yeah, it was fucking insane. Like, New Japan, like, people hate this decision. They hate it. And they think Jiro hates Naito, right? But it makes a lot of sense. Because for the longest time, Naito was the counter to Okada, right?
Yeah.
He beat him once before, and his mission was to do it again for the title.
Yeah.
He beats Okada. He gets his title. And I feel, after everything that's happened, and actually got time to think about this makes sense for Naito. Because he's not the ace. He's kind of like an anti-ace. And at that point, you don't need to give this guy long title reigns. You know? You don't need... Go ahead.
To add to that, like, I've noticed he gets the last laugh with a lot of his feuds as well. Like, he beat Jericho, he beat... I'm just trying to remember his feuds. Every time, though, he gets the last laugh and kind of wins at the end.
Yeah, he beat Tai Chi. He beat Koda.
Yeah, Koda. That's the guy I was working on.
Yeah, so like him losing it to Evil. First, okay, so yeah, him losing it to Evil, like, it kind of makes sense. Why? Because Evil is the one of everyone in that team that's somehow connected to pretty much every LIJ member, right?
Yeah.
Shingo came in as a junior heavyweight to take care of Hiromu's spot, right? Hiromu came back. He moved up to heavyweight. Now you have 4 heavyweights in LIJ. Yes, Sonata and Evo were tag teaming it, but for a good while, Sonata was doing his single shit, right? He got to the finals of the New Japan Cup last year. So Sonata was doing his own thing. So he has that tag thing with Sonata. He's that 6-man champion with freaking Shingo and Ibushi. So like he's gonna have that match against I just said his name, Hiromu. He's about to have that match with Hiromu. Like, he has good matches lined up just against LIJ members, and it would fit in storyline wise. So that makes sense. Another thing, what a lot of people remembered was last year, was it the G1 or was it the Cup, where Evil did not do the roll call when they do the bumps?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, right. And everybody thought Sonata was going to turn, and then it turns out to be Evil, and then they could tie that back to him being the one that walked away from the roll call.
I said it before, and I'll say it again. Who knew you couldn't trust someone whose name is fucking Evil?
Yeah. Dude. And oh my god, that's not even the worst thing he did the whole night. Freaking, I don't know if you guys saw a clip of it, but a couple years ago he gave Milano Collection AT one of the toy size that he carries around.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys seen him, but like every time Evil comes out, he has the sai. He has that pendulum thing that like spins and makes the little graphic, and he just like he loved Evil. He loved Sonata, and then during the match, he goes up to Collection and just breaks that shit apart.
Yeah,
and it like it got Milano to get out of his seat, try to go after Evil, and the crowd. Okay, first of all, the crowd was told not to make noise. If they want to cheer, you clap. If you don't like it, you sit quietly, right? It got the crowd going, right? They cheered for Milano to get out of that seat. And then for him to get beat down, there were so many boos. It was great.
Is Milano the guy that was crying? That image going around?
Yes.
Is that Milano? Okay.
Yeah. What else happened?
You know, I told you that Evo was gonna win, but y'all didn't
yourself.
believe me.
You can still go fuck yourself. I don't care. What did I say? What did I tell you to bring up when we were talking New Japan? The spitting. Okay.
Spitting, yeah.
So, from my memory, there's only 2 real people that spit in New Japan. One of them is Bushi. When he does his entrance, he does his hands and he spits upwards, right? He stopped doing it, obviously. Another one that spits a lot is Toru Yano, right? Yeah. He gets the water bottle, spits it out. He did this the best way possible, and I think with his character, it worked great, where I'm like, that's fucking genius. He came out with the spray bottle, and instead of spitting, he just sprays it up to make it look like he's doing it. Genius. Genius stuff. It was great. Oh my god, yeah. What else happened? The Golden... no. It's not Golden Lovers. What's their tag name? Aces. The Golden Aces. Yeah, they lost their title. Thank God. I felt they were boring ass tag team. Personally,
Taichi and ZSJ.
Yes. Not a fan of Taichi. I'm getting around Zack Sabre, so I'm excited for that. But yeah, I feel like Kota and Tanahashi do not have to be in the tag title scene.
No, doesn't.
I don't know. What else happened?
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember if anything else actually happened.
I didn't know that they were running a pay-per-view right after the New Japan Cup like they did. That was surprising.
Yeah, it was Dominion, right?
Yeah, Dominion.
Yeah, it was like Dominion 19 or some shit. Because normally they want to. Normally they want to do Dominion 6-9. Nice.
Nice. Yeah, so they always run that shit in June. Sometime.
Yeah, pretty.
Around Father's Day.
I think New Japan's caught up except for one tournament. I want to say it's the tag league that's coming up. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah,
well, at least they're running with crowds and shit. That's cool.
Yeah, that's another thing. So the crowd. Thank you for bringing that up. The crowd, right? So from what I've read, people that got tickets said every ticket there was $100, and you were placed into 2 different lotteries, right? Mm-hmm. And if you won a lottery, you were given a random ticket. So you could pay $100 and get right behind the ring, or you could pay $100 and get at the far back, right? I thought that was cool. People thought that was bullshit, but I'm all like, you're taking a chance with $100 to sit ringside. I'll take that.
Yeah,
I'll take
it's not
that.
like you buy.
I guess it depends on what ticket costs normally are for that arena.
Oh, it's true. But I'm comparing it to like the NFL, where like season ticket holders are getting put into a lottery with any other random jabron that wants a ticket. So you're in a lottery to go to your your team's games. So which pisses me off. So
what team is that?
That's the Packers. That's what they're doing.
Okay, the Broncos. What they're doing is they're giving their season ticket holders a chance to postpone the tickets for a year or get refunded. Yeah. And if they choose to be one of the people, if the people choose to like continue it, then they get thrown into the lotto to be the season ticket or be the person to attend that game.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. That's kind of what the Packers are doing.
But the people that try to buy day tickets, they're not getting a chance at it.
See, I think my understanding is the Packers, anyone can get the tickets, but
the WWE's idea of the WWE have the worst fan lottery, which is if you're friends and family, you can show up to whatever show, and it's a lottery whether you get COVID or not.
It's paying out really well for them too.
Yeah. But back to New Japan's thing, that's a pretty sweet gig.
Yeah, you didn't even know. I remember, and I'm all like, no, dude, they're live. Like they have an audience, and night 1 they did have a couple people like without masks. Night 2 I did notice not night 2 the second night where it happened where he beat Naito. I did not see anybody without a mask, you know. So
the funny thing is, a lot of New Japan fans were wearing masks before COVID anyway.
No, yeah,
masks are a big thing over in that culture already.
Yeah, and I feel like that's how we should get, but that's not our topic here.
No, it's amazing. They're repressed when you listen. Yeah, when you listen to the experts, weird, weird.
Yeah.
Her.
All right, so yeah, there you go. That was some good New Japan ranting. Do we have time for a few questions?
Oh yeah, bring them up.
Bring them on. We got a lot.
All right. I'm going to start with the one that made me laugh the most. Darren Babber, sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, asks, why? Darren, I wish I had an answer for you, but I ask myself that every fucking Friday when I sit down and watch and review SmackDown.
I ask myself that every morning when I wake up.
I was just gonna tell him the gum one, but you guys are nicer than me.
The one what?
Gum one. I mean, suck
Now
a
onto
dick.
some now onto some questions that are more real. Zach Robertson asks, does AEW have too many managers?
Who are the managers? Do either of you guys know this?
I'm pretty sure the list of managers is right up there with the list of Jericho's moves at this point.
Jesus. Hold on.
Not terribly.
No,
I mean,
no, not really.
I'm like a yes and a no. And like the no part is just the overbooked bullshit from Cody matches.
Yeah.
Like I don't mind the extra flair on the ringside at all.
I'm more of a fan though of having like two or three or four managers that have actual stables instead of just like I'm a manager and I manage one person. Now here's 14 other managers and they each manage one person.
But it's not even that many. I mean, it's Tully, it's Arn, it's Vicky Guerrero now.
Taz
has Brandy has been valet for
I guess
for QT for Dustin if you want to.
So about half the like segments have a manager. Like, yeah. I don't think it's too much.
I don't think it's too
Not
much
all
either.
of them are.
No.
The only one that does too much sometimes is like Arn or Cody. You know what I mean? And the rest is what it is. I'm a fan of people ringside.
Same.
Like it works pretty good in Japan. Like they're not always pieces of shit. Like getting into the match. Sometimes they're just there with a towel.
Unless you're Bullet Club, you pieces of shit.
Oh, then you have to be at ringside to get involved.
Yeah.
Bastards.
My answer is no.
Yeah, same here.
I'm also going with no.
Justin Reed asked a question I've been waiting to tackle, but I'll get your guys' take on it first. What do you think about Jericho mentioning the demos during his promo on Dynamite this week?
Le Demo God. Well, I'm wearing a Jericho t-shirt, so he can do no wrong for me. I enjoyed the segment, so I don't really have beef with it. I thought it was freaking hilarious.
I have nothing to say.
See, I make start with this caveat. I actually, if anyone else had delivered it, my opinion might have been different. Jericho was awesome in that. He popped me. He was hilarious. So I overall liked the segment. But at the same time, how fucking insecure have AEW been over these past couple of weeks of losing in the ratings NXT that they actually had to send a wrestler out there like, but the demographics are more important. Like, granted, it was Jericho, so there's consistency. He was on Twitter saying that at least, so it worked in that regard. And like I said, Jericho's amusing; he can do no wrong, so it worked that way as well. But like, fuck, guys. Here's an idea. Stop fighting so much about the demographics and ratings and just worry about putting on a good fucking show. Because I guarantee most wrestling fans that are there or that, want to be entertained don't care how the show did in the ratings versus the demographics.
For sure. It's kind of like, there's like the meme where I can't think of the person's face, but they're going like, oh my God. Like every time a WWE promo, they say bitch. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of the same thing where everyone's like, oh my God, they're referencing WWE in like an AEW show, but they've done it to the point where it's overkill. Like, I kind of like the don't talk about your competition.
Yeah.
Just do your own shit, which they generally do their whole show, and then it's just they're petty, like, online, and then, like, now they did a promo. And then it's usually only ever Cody doing it too, but this time with Jericho.
Usually with hammers and thrones.
Yeah, they've been consistent, which is now it's kind of annoying. But the funny thing to come out of the Demo God shit is like these like AEW Hardo pages I follow. They're now posting the demographic scores along with the actual rating.
Yeah.
Good shit.
By the way, Tony Khan should be happy because AEW came out on top in both metrics this week.
Oh shit! Since we're on AEW right now, real quick, Did you guys see the podcast they put on? Or it wasn't a podcast. It was a Fighter Fest preview. And it was Conrad, Eric
No.
Bischoff, and Tony Khan. And it was on their YouTube.
No.
Kind of like we're doing. And I asked my wife, who has no idea. I'm like, which one do you think owns AEW? And she thought it was Conrad.
That's awesome.
I'm like, no, it's that young guy with the shitty hair, with the messy hair on the side.
His dad owns it.
The one that might be being mocked on NXT by Robert Stone.
Oh my gosh. You're right.
A lot of people think that's a Tony Khan knock thing.
Is that the one that Shotzi ran over?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
He kind of look. They have him looking like Tony Khan. So.
Damn. Yeah, you're kind of right.
Yeah, Burnout. When he has like his Burnout look.
He needs to show up and start talking about demographics.
That's funny.
Our next question here, I forgot about this one because this can be answered pretty easily. Sam Loro asks, "Wait, since when was Vicky Guerrero on AEW?" For quite some time, dude. She's been making random appearances since sometime last year, I think, right?
Yeah, she commentaried on Dark pretty early on. The AEW Dark. Here I am talking about AEW Dark.
Hey, that got her blacklisted from the WWE. Basically, they stopped talking to her after that.
For sure. Hey, I know you listened to the Nyla Rose on the AEW podcast.
Yeah.
Right at the end, she was referencing Vicky Guerrero. I don't know if you listened to that before or after you watched last week's show, but like when I listened to it, like on Saturday, I'm like, "Yep, Vicky's gonna be your manager, guaranteed."
Oh yeah, no, I listened to it after the show and I thought the same thing. And by the way, as a more succinct answer to Sam, if you're talking officially with AEW, when last night was her debut as an actual employee, being a manager.
She was a cheerleader a couple weeks ago.
Sure too. She got to punch someone through a Zoom call. When they did that whole punching at the camera thing of the bubbly bunch.
The bubbly bunch, good time.
Yeah. Peter Williams asked an interesting question. Do you think Big Boss Man was the ultimate heel, from crashing Big Show's dad's funeral to eating Al Snow's dog?
I remember the Al Snow dog eating storyline, and I do remember hating him. So to call him the best heel, I don't know, but he has a memory. I have a memory of him where I hate him, so it's a possibility.
Here's the only reason why I'm not sure I'd say yes right away is because if I close my eyes, could you imagine John Cena doing either of those things, or not necessarily John Cena, but like a top WWE face? And the way WWE likes to book their faces, I could.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Now, but you go back in time. Yeah, I wouldn't say he's the ultimate heel, but he definitely did some pretty questionable things.
I mean, he did also hang out with a satanic group that kidnapped Stephanie McMahon and crucified Austin. So
that's right. I'll be right back, you guys. Give me a second.
Yep. So there is that too. Oh man,
what's the next question?
Eric Hansen asked one that I will have to ask GRJ when he gets back.
Oh,
could God microwave a burrito so hot? Okay, we'll save that one. You laugh because you know where it's going.
Yeah.
Bruce Sharp asks, do you really think that TNT is happy with 400K viewers? Meltzer reported from the start. Here's the thing. None of us were there in the initial meetings between Tony Khan and TNT. We don't know what kind of numbers or expectations were set for that deal. We don't know like what kind of baseline minimum number of viewers they were expecting for Dynamite when negotiating the contract. So I don't fucking know.
Well, like, here's the thing. People are so accustomed to like Raw getting like 3 and 4s for like not recently, but like for the last 2 decades, you know. So people just think the ratings are way up there. But when you look at the actual ratings and not just the wrestling ones,
yeah,
they're the top area of ratings. No one's watching TV.
Yeah.
And people don't. So I don't think they have.
Wednesday's not a big TV day apparently.
Yeah, well, and they re-signed him, so they're not too upset.
No. And they're winning the demos.
The demos, damn it.
God damn it. We need a demo man. So, long answer short, I don't know, but probably they're okay with it.
Yeah. I was watching Is it Grocery Game Wars? Is that what it's called?
Guys Grocery Games.
Dude, I watch that shit all the time. Like,
I love that show.
If I'm killing time and I don't want to watch my kids' bullshit kid shows, it's usually the Food Channel.
Oh man, when I hang out with my sister and my mom, we just watch like Food Channel and cooking shows and that, like Master Chef and that. It's almost pathetic.
And then you order takeout because you don't feel like cooking.
Yeah, basically. Oh, my mom's not lazy. She'll cook. I'm lazy on the other hand.
For sure.
GRJ, we got a question here that we figured all three of us might have to put our hand in and answering. Eric Hansen asks, could God microwave a burrito so hot not even he could eat it?
Where was this asked? Was this a Simpsons or Futurama thing?
I was on The Simpsons.
Simpsons, alright. Points for Simpsons referencing. I don't know. Because I feel like John Cena could eat a very hot burrito and not sell it. So we're talking about God here.
And Adam Cole can eat 4 of them and kick out every time.
Yeah, but Adam Cole's a fat ass.
Fat ass.
Fat asses.
Were those all the questions?
Now Brian Smith actually has a few of them here. I'll read them all. Okay, by few I mean 3. Put on your booker hat, boys. Is Guido booking this right with Evil? How would you guys book Ciampa after his loss to Cross? And do you think AEW needs the cleaner Kenny Omega to return and take this top spot? I feel like that last one the three of us have discussed. I just don't think it was on podcast. I think it might have been in our private chats.
That happens a lot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I was gonna make a whole segment about that for our podcast, but let's kick it off with Gato booking GRJ.
What was the question?
Is Gato booking this right with Evil?
I mean, I said it earlier. It makes sense if you kind of think about it. If you want to lie to yourself about Naito not being champion anymore, like I do, only time could tell, dude. There's a lot of times where people throw up their hands and give a big what the fuck to the Gato booking, but at the end it works. At the end, there's the payoff is always great with him.
Basically, if you're reading a book, don't get pissed off at the end of chapter 1 when there are still several fucking chapters to go.
Yeah, and that's basically what that's the perfect way to put it, dude. There's still more chapters to this story.
The IWC doesn't believe in doing that.
I don't know, dude.
We react to the here and now, damn it.
Because this is not part of the Squared Circle subreddit. This is the New Japan subreddit that I'm in. And a lot of us, me included, feel that Naito's gonna win his title back by Wrestle Kingdom, and he's gonna defend it against probably Kota, So we kind of see this as a short term deal with Evil. So yeah,
I definitely see that.
Go ahead.
In most IWGP champions, their first time around is almost just a small transitional thing.
Okada has entered the chat.
Right? Well, no, was his first one super long? I thought it was short.
It wasn't short, but it was. How long was it actually?
I thought Tanahashi beat him back quickly.
Dude, I think you're right now. Now that you said Tanahashi, that makes sense.
because same thing happened with Naito too. And I mean, I guess AJ wasn't there long enough, but he still won it. And Kenny's championship reign was short, but that's a different thing. But I really don't know New Japan past like 2016 because I'm a fucking baby. I was gonna add something about Evil there. Oh, okay. If you guys are paying attention here.
Yes.
Do you think a lot of people upset with the Gato booking is more so the North American fan that's used to like seeing where they're going with the WWE storylines and tuning out immediately? Like they're so used to that where they just like, oh, I don't fucking like Evil, so they kind of tune out. At least say they're tuning out.
Yeah, probably.
Like that's because I feel like I don't know.
We're also we North Americans are culturally very entitled right now as well, and if things don't go the way we want,
yeah, I hate these masks.
Yeah, exactly. Even though we don't know where shit is going, we don't give it that chance a lot of the time, and I think that could be where a lot of this backlash is coming from.
It was 125 days.
It's 3-4 months. It's not bad.
I mean, that's a lot longer than what you're saying Americans are used to. You know, we kind of want, and this is where I feel like when people get pissed off at Vince about like such chaos booking, it's kind of like we kind of want it, you know, but at the same time we want it to make sense.
Yeah.
Damn Attitude Era just has all fucking ruined for the rest of our lives.
Thanks, Vince Russo.
Damn it, Vince Russo.
And the other guy.
Bro.
Bro.
Ed Oklahoma Ferrara.
What were we talking about? Hold on.
Gato's whether Gato's booking this whole shit right with Evil. And
yeah,
talking about
but
title reigns.
Intern put it this best way: how like you're getting pissed off in chapter 1 when this is most likely like a 4-chapter story.
Yeah.
Sure.
You know.
Like if it was Vince McMahon or someone that like a promotion that seems to book week to week or month to month, yeah, I could see getting pissed. But Gato's got this track record of seeming like he knows what he's doing. Show a little fucking trust in him.
Yeah, I think recently the only thing that has fucked him over was Omega leaving.
Yeah,
for sure. But like he's still been selling out the Dome and getting the most international purchases of his shows. Like. All from his booking.
Yeah, and you also have to look at this. He's doing this without his full roster. You know?
Well, yeah, that's the biggest thing. Like, I don't think Evil would have been getting this if everyone was available.
I know a lot of people figure this is just a stopgap thing because Jay White wasn't available.
Jay White and or Kenta, you know, they're both stuck here in the United States. They're not allowed back into Japan. Who's the wrestler that's leaving WWE? What's her name? Asuka's partner.
Oh, Kairi
Sane.
Kairi Sane is expected to go back to Japan at the end of the summer. The only reason the only reason she might be allowed to is because she's an actual citizen from Japan. They might still give her the quarantine time, but they're not letting everybody in, and that's why Jay White and Kenta. But let's say like a month or 2 down the line, they start accepting people to come in for work. Like I could totally see Evil having to go against those 2 guys because you have the perfect dudes, right? Jay White has been wanting the world heavyweight title for fucking ever. Obviously, Kenta wants that shit too. But before he went after Naito for that title, he was going before he went for Naito for those 2 titles, he was going for the Intercontinental title against who had it before Jay White? I think it was Naito again, right?
It was Tanahashi.
Tanahashi, yeah, like around that area is when Kenta was going for that title. Yeah. So I don't like if everything gets set back to motion, I don't see Evil holding on to this too long. But like I said, by Wrestle Kingdom, Naito should have at least the World Heavyweight Championships back. And I hope the only reason Evil won it is so like he could lose the championships separately.
Yeah, that's a good point actually.
You know,
I could almost see him giving one to a Bullet Club guy to try and get himself cool with them, giving it to Kenta or Jay White.
He just seems so out of fucking whack, and he looks like Awesome Kong, and like he straightened out his hair and wears it down, and I'm like, come on, dude, just ruined it.
Do you think when those guys come back, like Kent or Evil doesn't work with the Bullet Club and he gets booted out and he maybe takes over a different faction?
I think he gets kicked. I think he does get kicked out, and then he wanders New Japan as a solo gig for a bit, and then he gets brought back into LIJ. I think he's gonna return to LIJ.
Interesting.
I can see that.
Like, I'll be the first one to admit, like, if there was the Evil match, I just wasn't that into his thing. And, like, I would skip his matches to save time. So I really don't know a ton about his ability at all.
His match versus Okada was really good. Like, there was, like...
Just recently, or...
Yeah, the final. The New Japan Cup final.
Okay.
It was really good.
When I have time.
Yeah, I didn't think there would be anything special, but there were like times in that match where like I like sat up and like I was super excited to watch like the next minute or two of what was going on. But then, like an Okada match, you gotta slow that shit down again to bring it right back up.
Oh, for sure.
Not to the level of a Cody Rhodes match, thankfully.
Yeah.
All right, what's the next question? Been on them forever.
The next one was, how would you guys book Ciampa after his loss to Cross? Well, differently than NXT, but I mean, I would actually book him.
I would move him up to fucking Raw or SmackDown. That's how I would book him.
Despite the fact that isn't he the one that said he would refuse to go up?
Apparently, yeah. It's like him and Gargano that don't want to move up, right?
Yeah, I just feel like, that's good, that's cute. Get the fuck up or get the fuck up.
Yeah, exactly. Especially now that everything's being taped in fucking Florida, like move him up now so he gets comfortable.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure. And like, get yourself a contract where you don't have to do all the house shows and shit like that. Like,
exactly.
I don't know. I made a post about this maybe last week sometime, maybe 2 weeks ago. I don't know, but the popular answer was a feud with Randy Orton. Because they were kind of having that Twitter beef around Takeover. Yeah,
definitely. Orton said Orton said he'd be happy to work with Ciampa. He'd love to work with him and teach him things to help prolong his career, basically.
Dude, the best thing about that match Orton had is he won with a leg slap.
Yeah. I guess he had the Ciampa's legs or thigh slap class.
Thigh slap, yeah. But instead, Randy Orton's like wrestling Big Show right now, wherever the fuck they're doing with that.
Cobo Hall, if we're lucky.
Milwaukee.
Oh, that'd be too fun. No, I said Cobo Hall if we're lucky.
Oh, if we're lucky. But yeah.
Yeah, no. Ciampa should have been on the main roster a long time ago anyway, but then he had that injury, so.
Yeah. Bookie Ciampa, put him into the main roster. Where to actually put him in the main roster? I have no fucking idea.
But like, they don't do much for Aleister Black. I feel like he'd be a similar personality. Not the same gimmick, but like just that edgy badass kind of thing.
Yeah.
And they just don't commit. But that's pretty common on Raw and SmackDown.
But ironically, the one person they might commit to is Keith Lee, because he's huge and Vince was impressed with him. But they've got him with not one but 2 titles, so there's no way he's getting called up at a time when Vince might actually push the bastard.
Yeah. has Ciampa had a match with Keith Lee?
I don't think so.
Not that I'm aware of.
I know. I want to see Keith Lee like defend both belts in the same nights all the time. Like
separate.
He's separate matches.
Yeah.
Separate matches. That'd be great. That'd give some fucking some edge to your nickname of two belts, you know, because fucking Naito didn't defend both of his belts separately. It's practically just two different straps, but they're both being defended at the same time, you know?
Yeah, it's just more weight for your carry on.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing more. Well, they're not flying anywhere, but yeah, you know what I'm saying.
No, yeah. So, speaking of Keith Lee, I just rewatched the Royal Rumble from earlier this year. It's so fucking good. Like knowing the outcome and knowing of the whole Brock Lesnar bullshit.
That was one of my favorite Royal Rumbles of all, like Royal Rumble matches anyway of all time. I'm not gonna lie.
Like it made sense, and then like, who was it? I think it was Braun Strowman. It was Braun Strowman. How Braun Strowman and Keith Lee got eliminated so smart. They were attacking each other, and then Brock just comes in and flips them over. You know, it added to the whole Brock Lesnar thing. But yeah, Keith Lee, like he got a pop. The people were excited for him. Lesnar sold him perfectly by just like reacting to his size. Like it's so good. I'm excited for Keith Lee in the fucking main roster, and also defending those titles if he does do it separately.
Maybe he can get that Charlotte Flair deal where he shows up on all three shows.
You could do that too, yeah.
What? He's going to take time off to get his boobs fixed? I never went to her Twitter to verify it, but I'm pretty sure she was tweeting about getting her boobs fixed.
It was fixing something that went wrong with a prior boob surgery.
Yeah. Poor Char Char.
Poor Char Char. And those anime titties.
Anime titties.
And then
what's part three?
Part three was, do you think AEW needs the cleaner Kenny Omega to return and take the top spot?
The cleaner, no. Yes. The cleaner, no. Get him out of the damn tag team and give him the fucking championship, yes.
I think it goes far as make him a goddamn heel.
Yeah, GRJ, you'd be happy because he was showing some heel tendencies.
Yeah, he beat the fuck out of a small child.
Dude. Have you watched it? Have you watched the match, intern?
Yeah.
Marco Stunt was phenomenal in that match.
I still don't buy anything he does, but he was doing cool stuff.
Well yeah. They worked the gimmicks good enough that I was able to buy it. You know?
I mean,
it's not like he's trying to do the choke slam bullshit.
Like
that's my problem. He should have. No.
Like Marco Stunt is one of those wrestlers that, like, because of his size, it takes out people of the kayfabe world a lot. But
like he makes Zack Sabre Jr. look like Brock Lesnar. So.
Yeah, stuff like that. But like, we got to remember as wrestling fans to have to suspend the realism of what's actually going on and like get into it. We have to throw ourselves into kayfabe, especially for wrestlers like Marco Stunt, you know?
As much as I like shitting on him, when he does cool stuff, I get into it.
Dude, with that. When he was with when he was teaming with Luchasaurus, best fucking thing ever. You know? Oh, sorry.
That being said, I'm not going to stop making jokes about how him getting beaten up by Kenny Omega was Kenny Omega assaulting a small child.
For sure. But I do think last week we kind of mentioned how there's rumor that Kenny Omega is going to be a singles heel.
Yeah.
Good.
Like on the top. I think we talked about it last week, so I don't know. The cool thing about AEW is they kind of book these long-term storylines. And this week's episode was a lot of like soft reset for half of the roster storylines, and that was definitely one of them. The Bucks were not happy.
Kenny wasn't happy because he had beer poured all over him.
Well, yeah.
Every celebration I ever saw back in the '80s in wrestling involved champagne getting poured over a champion's head. So Kenny's just being a poor sport.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, they were like putting so much garbage on that ring, and so it was pretty funny by the time they dropped all the orange juice.
Santana doing the ridiculous Vince McMahon beer bath sell of the orange juice.
Like that whole segment, I'm like, dude, the show just started and they're getting that apron filthy, and then they dumped all that. I'm like, oh, it's not like live. They're gonna clean it up and put on a new mat.
Hilarious if they didn't.
Dude, that would have been great.
Best part of that, though, is Chris Jericho calling for a towel and getting handed an Orange Cassidy towel.
Dude, that segment was gold.
Jericho needs to come back with a towel of him with a picture of him reacting to getting an Orange Cassidy towel. Market that shit, Jericho. You're good at that.
Right.
Dude, he's gonna get this shit over. I think it already is over.
I mean, we already know that Le Demo God is going to become a shirt, probably.
It is a shirt. I might have sent it to you guys.
Do you guys?
I at least screenshotted it.
Do you guys think Orange Cassidy hurts because he doesn't have an audience?
No.
Doesn't hurt my enjoyment of him. I just think that he would be a lot better with. Well, he wouldn't be a lot better with an audience, but it would work more in his favor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's low key doing everything at the camera too. Like,
yeah,
it's working. He's got a great coach in Jericho to help him through these segments too when they talk about it before it happens.
I think what you mean is that when they talk to each other because they hate each other and this is real.
Oh yeah, shit.
It's still real to me, damn it.
Damn it. God damn.
God damn, it's real. He's a heel.
Real, we'll stay at different hotels.
Okay.
Can't go through the same drive-through.
I have a question for you guys.
Sure.
Like I brought up a little bit ago, I just watched the last Royal Rumble. Where do you think we would be if Edge won that Royal Rumble? Because he was right there. You know, he just got back from retirement. His last thing was him stepping away as champion. And for him to return on the first night, win the Rumble, and then...
So it would have been Edge versus Brock at Mania?
Yes, unless they wanted to go the other route, which would be...
The Fiend.
Was it the
Goldberg.
Fiend? Goldberg.
It was the Goldberg. So that would have sucked balls.
Oh my, yeah, but you would have had Spear versus Spear, so that's exactly the way they would have gone with it, probably.
Oh gosh!
Just like the Spear versus Spear match that they totally booked and then couldn't do.
I prefer. Oh gosh, I prefer this route that we've had.
Well, I don't know. On the plus side, Edge versus either of those matches would have been like 50 times shorter than what we got between Edge and Orton at Mania.
Yeah, that's true.
That match is still going on, as I like to say.
Yeah, those matches sucked.
God, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even remember why I started watching that Rumble, but like Brock Lesnar coming off as a fucking beast, you know.
It was good. It was
great.
Rumble. Like we were pissed off watching it live, and then like towards the end we were so happy. Like it was the perfect WWE match, man.
Yeah, I the only way I wish it would have ended is who was it? It was it was Edge and Roman standing on the outside of the rings, and I think that's how Edge got eliminated, and then Roman stepped back in. He should have just double Claymore both of those motherfuckers. Imagine that ending. Just a double Claymore, and he fucking kick ups, and he's a winner.
That would have been awesome.
That would have been great, but no, you had Roman eliminate Edge. Was it Edge or Orton? I don't know. He eliminated one of those two, and then he steps back into the freaking ring just to get Claymore to back out.
Yeah.
Like, it would have been better that double fucking Claymore just for the win and then ends like that.
Yeah, but at the same time, it might have been smart because I think the WWE's thinking was if McIntyre, yeah, it was Roman eliminated Edge because there was that boof from that. If McIntyre eliminates Edge, he might not get the cheer we want when he wins the thing.
Yeah.
I don't know, but that's like that ending. I think could have like. I think at that point, it's better than Roman winning it. You know, I think we're still at that point. Like, fuck, Roman's down to the final 4 again, to the final 3 again. Are we about to like are we about to watch Roman win it, or are they gonna give it to somebody?
It's a great troll. Look at the year that Nakamura won. You can see the crowd was visibly just like, oh fuck, Roman's in the last 2.
Exactly.
He's gonna take out Shinsuke.
Exactly, you know.
Instead, we got the Shinsuke when we wanted, and then the terrible title feud afterwards.
Dude, they've been running that movie a lot because didn't Dean Ambrose eliminate Trips and Roman that one time?
What?
Or did Triple H win that Royal Rumble?
Yeah, I think that's the one Triple H won. Yeah, that's the one Triple H won. That's the one where Roman's title was on the line.
Yeah, didn't Dean eliminate Roman though?
No, I think it was Hunter that eliminated Roman.
Yeah. After even though Roman missed half the Rumble because he got pulled out of the ring and they had the shit kicked out of him, and then went brought backstage but then he came back because he was pulled out of the bottom rope, and somehow this was supposed to make us like him.
Yeah, dude, seen that movie before. Poor Roman. He was such a badass. Why they gotta write him like shit?
Because they wanted to give the title to freaking Seth Rollins.
Actually, I was going to say because they wanted him to be The Rock and John Cena crossbred into one person.
They could have had it. Yeah. They could have had it if they just gave him the title against Brock.
Yeah. They could also had it if they gave him the title against Brock and then didn't write stupid bullshit promos for him and let him be himself. Because Roman, like I know why he seemed like a really cool guy. I would cheer for that guy if he was cutting wrestling promos dialed up to 11.
Yeah, suffering succotash.
Magic beans.
Do we have any more questions?
No, that is all. Those are all the questions.
So what did you find out about Raven talking about NWA shutting down?
I think I saw it. It might have been in 411 Wrestling, but I saw it on the news sites when I woke up.
But what's his name? Billy came out saying that's all fake.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Fake news.
Pretty much. Didn't you share that on the page, fool?
I know. I was just putting it on our broadcast, bro.
Oh, come on, man. Are we done?
Yeah. I think we are.
Hey, do you guys got anything else to talk about?
No.
No.
All right. Top Guys out.